who are you more disappointed with, the Sens or the Oilers?
The Senators was always coming. They were one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive team in hockey.
Right.
They were playing some fun games, getting points here and there. Under no circumstances did I believe what the Sens were doing was viable. I think Guy Boucher's done a really good job under the circumstances. I'm not stunned the Sens are where they are. And you take out Thomas Chabot and Anderson and the other injuries they've had to endure, that's not a shock to me whatsoever. The fact that Peter Chiarelli and the Oilers are literally throwing anything against the wall here to try and make sure that the season isn't done by the end of this month, to me, is sad. It's sad because that's a hell of a hockey market with some amazing fans and the best player in the world. And they're about to flush yet another season with the best player in the world because they couldn't get their ish right with certain signings. And picking up guys like Petrovic and Brandon Manning, and this is not going to help. Even if they trade Jesse Puljujarvi has some value. If they get something back for Puljujarvi, you might be able to pull another defenseman in. But there's too many injuries on the back end. Cam Talbot's not the guy. And it seems like Leon Draisaitl just produces when he's next to you-know-who. Wow. And to me, that's not an $8.5 million a year player. I want a guy who can produce on his own for $8.5 million a year in Leon Draisaitl. I don't need a guy. Look, a lot of guys would look great next to Connor McDavid, but if I'm paying you $8.5, you better look good on your own too. And right now, we're not seeing that either. So I'm sad. I'm sad at what I'm seeing in Edmonton. I like Edmonton. I want them to do well. Their fan base is unbelievable, but that's the one that kind of disappoints me the most because this is panic. What you're seeing from Peter Chiarelli right now is unadulterated panic to save his job. And that's the only thing at work here. And I just hope while this happens, nothing crazy takes place with a future first round or something like that in order to save a position inside that organization, because that would be a travesty.
So you're sad. So I think you're saying the answer is Edmonton?
Edmonton,
after
correct.
all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The answer is Edmonton.
For housekeeping purposes.
The answer is Edmonton.
Yeah, I think you're right because it's all about expectations, right? And realistic expectations. And the Oilers were supposed to be the best team in that province, and right now they're not. No one really had any expectations about Ottawa. This offseason we talked about who was going to be on that team, where they were going to play. We didn't talk about them actually winning anything of consequence. And you're right, they're just throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks. You mentioned McDavid and them wasting, part of his prime.
There's no other word for it, right? Like, it is an unadulterated waste what is happening with a player of that level with that organization. In this moment, I'm saying it can't change, but in this moment, find me a better word. It's a waste, right?
Well, look. You mentioned who he's playing with. Draisaitl. That's only part of the problem. They're throwing Sarkassian on his line, just trying to make something work, and he's got 3 points, 1 goal. So far, imagine Gretzky in his prime playing with the players that McDavid is. It is a waste, and I think that's why the disappointment is in Edmonton, because they're supposed to be the fun team that's scoring a lot of goals like the Flames, and that's clearly not happening.